Hi everybody. Hello and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. All right, hope you guys are having a good day. Hope everybody's out there having a good day. What? Yeah, it's raining in Arizona. We're supposed to have a very rainy, windy weekend. So if you are local and planning on coming out to Marketplace this weekend, I would recommend tomorrow because the rest of the weekend is not sounding too good. So, yeah, if you're planning on coming out and you're local, I would recommend coming out tomorrow. It's been beautiful all week, and of course we get to the weekend and we're supposed to have like storms. Some areas are already sandbagging, preparing for these big storms we're planning on. So, hi Jody, hello. So today we're going to do a technique that I've done before. I don't know that I've ever done it online before though. Hi Kim. But I did have a diva reach out to me and ask me if I'd ever done it. Said I have actually. And she's like, oh, because my mom and I want to see how it's done. And I said, well, you know what? I will incorporate it into this week's Technique Thursday. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do marbling. Marbling. Is that what it's called? Yeah. We're going to do marbling. But anyways, we're going to do it on a small project. And I'm going to tell you about it a little bit and what I've used it on. Okay? So the project that I am doing it on is this wood board. Okay, it looks like this. See how it's got this? It looks like a paintbrush, doesn't it? Now that I look at it that way. Oh, that would be a cool paintbrush. Now I don't know if I want to use it. Huh. Hang on a sec. Let me see what I got. I got these, but they're way small. I don't know that would fit. Oh, darn. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Now, see, I told you guys, when I look at it backwards in the thing, it always looks so different than when I'm actually looking at it. Are these all the same? Yeah, these are all the same. Because I don't know that I'd be able to get another one of these, but it does look like a paintbrush. All right. Well, although this one would be easier to do, but it's kind of small. I need this pumpkin to fit on here. Half of it anyway. All right, I guess I'll go with my original plan because those are too small. Okay, we'll go with our original plan. So this piece came to me from a diva, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who gave it to me, but they gave it to me a little while ago. And it looks like it came from Walmart. It looks like it was a clearance item from a Walmart. Here's what it is. It's actually a resin tray, a wood plaque, resin pouring wood plaque. Resin pouring wood plaque is what it is. Okay, and it looks like they got it on clearance at Walmart. Now, she gave this to me a while ago, so I don't know that it's something they might still have or clearanced out. I'm going to keep this little paper, though, because I might have to look for something like this. Wouldn't it be a cute paintbrush to put in, like, your craft room? And it would just say, like, crafty on it or something. I don't know. But we're going to do something else to it today, okay? So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint this little section in here in orange. So, let me get a brush. I didn't even do any pre-painting for you guys today. Can you believe it? You know, I normally go and pre-paint everything. I didn't even do that today. So sorry. Okay, so I am going to just paint this inside section right here in orange. And this is kind of I love this orange. It's called Pumpkin. It is an orange chalk paint by Waverly. Okay. And if you saw me use it last time, I used it, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, I said that this paint, compared to the other paints I've gotten, Waverly are usually really thick. This one is really thin, and it's going on really well. So I don't know. I don't know if this one's probably a mistake that it's so thin. And I did shake it and everything before, and it's still kind of thin, but it's okay. It works nice and it's not clogging up, so I'm fine with it. Okay, so I'm going to try and get to these edges as best I can because I am going to want to paint around the little trim there, the little rim. I am going to want to paint that in another color. So yes, we are doing something a little Halloween-y today, as you could probably tell by the pumpkin I just showed you a minute ago. So this little piece, as I showed you the label, came from Walmart. And then the pumpkin I showed you is from DollarTree, which I just picked that up today. Okay, so we're just going to go around. I'm just using a small, soft brush. Some of the areas are looking a little lighter. This is just a raw wood. It's probably like a pine or something, so it's very soft, and it's just soaking up this paint. Okay, so I'm going to go right up to the edge of this little indent. So this is supposed to be for resin, and I know Kim's on, and Kim does resin. So this would actually be a very cool resin tray. You know, I don't know what you would put in here. I mean, I don't, there's, possibilities are endless, you know that. Okay. But now that I know that these little trays come like this with this little indent, I might be looking for some others. I don't know. Although I went to Dollar Tree today and I said, hi, Darlene. Hi, Diane. Hey, Sue. I said, as I walked in, I'm like, okay, I'm not buying anything crafty. I have a craft room full of stuff. I don't need any more. Yeah. I did walk out there with a couple things. I did wind up putting some stuff back, though. I had stuff in my cart, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. You don't need it. Put it back. Put it back. So I did put some stuff back. I'm like, nope, you got to use the stuff in your room first. So, too funny. I know I am not the only one. I know. I'm like, God, I have so much stuff in my room. Why am I even looking? But I was looking for something specific, so. Okay, so I'm painting all around here, and I'm painting inside the little hole, the little hanging hole, though I don't know that you'll see it or not, but just in case, we're going to paint that too. Okay, and it looks like inside this hole and stuff, it's a little rough. So if you buy anything wood or something like this, you know, it's up to you. You may want to sand it ahead of time. I don't know. As you can tell, I did not. Now, I did get some orange on my sides, even though I was trying not to. But those are going to be black. So I'm thinking my black will cover that up. All right. And then we're going to do some marbling. And actually, the young lady that asked for it, I don't see her on yet. But, you know, that is not a problem because you could always watch this on replay over and over and over. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going over it really quick to make sure I got all my spots because it looks like some spots were lighter than others where the wood really absorbed it. And we're going to let that dry, but while that is drying, we are going to paint the rest of it in black. Okay. All right, so there we go. Good enough, good enough. Okay. So we have Walmart for the wood. And then I've got Dollar Tree for the pumpkin. Now this pumpkin does need to be split in half. So I did find one in the store that already had a split starting. So of course that's the one I grabbed. Since it already had that started, I'm like, oh, that's the one. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this green part, it's usually just in there like with a toothpick. Okay, so there we go. So it usually comes apart pretty clean. They're seamed in the middle there. You can see there's a little extra foam here. Yeah, there's the toothpick for the green part. We're going to use this side because it's a little smoother than this side. You can see this side's more textured, but I'm going to actually use this too, I think. So let me see if I can get this out. We will probably use this other half on another project sometime this month. So this is going to wind up going on here, like so. Okay, but we're going to marble it first, okay, before we do that. So we got a little ways to go. So I'm done with the orange. Let me put that away. Brush is in the water. I am now going to use a Waverly Black chalk paint. And the color is ink. Oh my gosh, this is a brand new one. I didn't even realize it was brand new. Hang on. Don't do that at home. Oh, come on. Okay. Ouch. All right. So up here, I am going to have to use the smaller brush to get around this, can you guys see it? To get around the small detail here. But for down here, I am going to be able to use, see now this is much thicker than that orange. I am going to be able to use the bigger brush. So we're going to get down here first. Now, when I do my marbling, I am going to use, hey Larry, I am going to use 3 colors. So I'm using black. It's going to be my base. So I'm going to paint everything black first. And then I am going to use gray, any gray tones, whatever, gray. And then I'm going to use white, okay? Now, when you're marbling, I recommend you use at least 3 colors. I think 3 colors is a good choice. You could do 4. If you're going to do 4, I would recommend that 2 of them are pot, and this is just my own recommendation, that 2 of them are similar. So if I'm going to do gray, like 2 different tones of gray if you want to go with an extra color, okay? So 2 different tones of gray would work. But I am going to go with 1 tone today, I think, unless I start doing it and it looks like I need to change it up. So black, white, and gray are the colors I'm using. And those of you that have been following me, you know that those are my colors. I like those colors. I like black. I like black and white. But you could definitely do this in any color. The kind of rule of thumb when you're marbling is to start with your darkest color on the base. So your darkest color is going to be the first one you put down to the bottom. All right, and then we're going to build up from there to your lightest color. Okay, so that looks pretty good there. I know I got to do this top area. Let me give a nice coat to the sides. You know what, I didn't turn my fan on. So I got to turn my fan on so this dries quicker. And then as I was in my craft room today, I found some awesome ribbon that somebody gave me last year. So we'll tie a cool bow, hopefully, on it. I say that, but you know me and bows. A little challenged. Little bit challenged. All right, and it probably should do the back too, but I am just going to do the front, okay? Because this is a hanging. If it hangs, you're really not going to see the back. I'm trying to save you guys some time here. Okay. All right, now I have to say I have not done this in a while, so I hope it comes out. I hope. All right, so I'm going to do these sides here, and then I'm going to try and do that little bit of trim with a smaller brush around the orange. Okay, it's the lip that goes over. I don't know how successful I will be, but we'll see. So what are you all up to this week? Have you all been busy besides working? Hey Deidre, hey everybody. And like I said, if you guys just jumped on, if you are local and planning on coming out to Marketplace this weekend, my recommendation is to come tomorrow because the weather for the weekend is not looking great, although we would love for you to come out any day. But they're expecting some heavy-duty storms. I guess we're getting some effect from one of the hurricanes that's out there. I forget which one. Oh, I just got paint on me. I felt it. Probably a hurricane that's like off the coast of California somewhere or something. So I think that's what's going on, but I don't know. Don't quote me. Okay. Look at, got black and white, black and orange. My favorite colors. Okay. Okay, and I'm able to use this bigger brush and just kind of go around this lip. Where I'm going to need a small brush at is the part that's like trimmed there. There's like a little lip around the orange, okay, but I've got to turn that fan on because I need it to help this dry, and I'm also getting warm. Okay, just checking my sides. All right. I want to check, make sure I'm good before I put this in the water. Okay. Okay, let me turn this on. We had a storm last weekend and it was wild. Electric off. Oh gosh. Trees down. Yeah, you know, we had a really bad storm. We're in Arizona, for those of you that don't know. And it's so-called monsoon season, but that was over September 30th. But I mean, you can't go by the exact day. But anyways, right before that, that week, we had a horrible storm here. We were out setting up our booth. And that was bad. So we thought we're hoping that we were done with all that. But now they're really hunkering down on this weekend. And, you know, some areas will be worse than others, but still, you know, we get so excited to get out to Marketplace and stuff on the weekends, and then, no, the storms are coming. Storm is coming. Did I clean this already? I think I did. All right. I'm going to try and move this over a little. Let me zap it. I really do need it to dry so I can kind of lift it a little bit to paint in those little edges. And I do have my fan going now, but this I think might be a little quicker. All right, so this is black chalk paint, so it's going to dry to a chalk finish, to like a matte chalk finish. And I have used this black chalk paint on a lot of things. I even used it, I do kind of have a little chalk thing in my kitchen. Not a lot. I just have like the end of one cabinet is chalk, and my pantry doors are chalk. And this is the kind of paint that I used for that. Okay. So just a black chalk paint, whatever brand you like. Okay. So I think we're good. Okay. So now I'm going to take this smaller brush, and I don't know, I'll see how steady my hand is here. I am going to go, and you know, and this wood inside here is kind of, it's not smooth. You know, it's like raw wood. So it's not very smooth at all. So it's going to take a lot of paint. Okay, so I'm just going to be turning this, and I'm going to show this to you as I go. So you can see what I'm doing, that I'm talking about the lip on here. Okay, so do you see in there? There you go. You can see where I'm painting. It's just this little lip, because if you didn't see the beginning, this is a resin wood tray. Yeah, I am not very straight at all at this, holding it up like this. Yipes. Because I am actually like shaking as I'm doing this, so not for any reason, I just think it's the way I'm holding it. And I am so in troubles with my hand. All right, so I'm just going to go around the edges here. It might help too, maybe if I had a even smaller brush. All right, I forgot what I was going to tell you guys. All right, well, I will tell you, it's not perfect, but I could maybe take a smaller brush later and go in there and try and clean up my edges. I don't know. I think it'll be okay. Aren't we all like very critical of ourselves? Yes, I am. I am on everything. All right. So it's going okay, going quick. Have a little bit left. I forgot to turn the TV off, so if you guys hear Raymond in the background, that's what's on TV. I don't have, Ray Ramon is not here visiting me. He's on TV. I thought Al was watching it, but he's in the other room, or he left. He might have left. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. The other thing too is I'm trying to do this quickly. Ooh, that was not a good spot. Hopefully I'm putting a good bow on there to cover that up. All right, so do you see where I'm at? Okay, so I just got this bottom ledge left, and I guess from there it looks pretty good as I just turned it around. You know, because you're not looking at it up close like I am. Seeing all my errors. All right, so what you guys got going this weekend? Anything? Anything going on? Just crafting? Kelly did a great What's Up Wednesday yesterday. You know, I don't know if you saw Monday's live. We were talking about the calendar that we have, and she did a great What's Up Wednesday about it. So if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and watch it, and then you'll see what we're talking about with the calendar. The calendar, I do like the calendar. I mean, a couple things I'm not crazy about, but it's nothing that can't be still used, you know what I mean? We just got to change it a little bit. Oh my God, what am I doing? I might have to try and cover up some areas here with orange. I don't know if that's going to work. Golly. I might try and just go in there with the orange a little bit, just to maybe try and straighten some of it out. Now that I'm at the end, I'm thinking, yeah, you should have used a different brush. I should have used something smaller. Yipes. Okay. All right, so there we go. Okay, now if you look close, it's not perfect, guys. Trust me. Trust me when I say that. Let me put the lid on this. Okay, I am going to touch this up really quick with, I have another, trying to think what brush I want to use to get in there. We'll just do this. Okay. You wish you were crafting, you're working. Oh, yeah, you are a little worker bee there, Kim. You are, you are. Okay, so I am just going to push some of this orange. Yes, and it's not going to cover. But I'm just kind of trying to push some of the orange color up over where I like really smudged. Oh, good. It'll be fine. Nobody will even notice but me. So Kimmy's working. But you had some days off during the week, Kim, or no? I don't remember. I never know your schedule, Kim. Kim is just a busy girl. And then she does so much for us, too. You know, she handles that trading card club for us. She offers to help us. She's amazing. Okay, so let me get some of this. I'm just trying to get the edges so they don't look so out of whack. And I'm literally, because remember I said this orange paint is thin, so I am really just kind of pushing it, making it a little puddle over where my black needs to be covered, where I didn't get very straight. I don't know if that's working or not, but all right, I think we're gonna have to let it be. Yeah, just a little more. Okay, we are going to put something in there. And there are going to be some diamonds in there. So maybe I could put some diamonds close to the edges where you won't see where I messed up. Not messed up, but I just went, you know, it's hard to paint a straight line. Okay, good enough. Good enough for now. Okay, so let's get rid of that. All right, so now we're gonna do some marbling. We're gonna do the marbling effect. Oh gosh, Kim, please. Don't you ever, ever apologize, girl. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry. And I am gonna start with the marbling. So my base is all black, as you know. We're gonna ignore this orange part for a little bit. Okay, it might be a little hard to do. I'm probably gonna have to touch it more of this orange later because I've got other colors coming in and I might accidentally hit it again. So we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. And actually, it's a different orange than this. I might have to go over it with a brighter orange so it matches the pumpkin. I don't know. Don't know. Okay. So, marbling. Let me tell you what I've done with marbling. You can use acrylic paint to marble pretty much anything. You could do decor, you could do wood, you could do canvas, you could do pretty much anything. Okay? Look at me. Look at me. When we moved here, where we're at now, we had like really old countertops and I didn't want to spend the money at the time and whatever to replace all the countertops, you know. So I marbled them, okay? And I have to tell you, they have held up 10 years. I did reseal them twice, I think, but they have held up for 10 years and I marbled them using the same technique. I did use acrylic paint. I did use black, gray, and white because those are my colors. And then I sealed them. We sealed with a polyacrylic and we give them like 4 or 5 coats. Now, after a few years, they started to dull in certain spots a little bit, kind of probably where I like have my cutting board all the time and stuff like that. So I did empty them all, you know, got all the stuff off the counters, cleaned them really well, and then I did resurface them with more polyacrylic and they looked like they were brand new again. Knock on wood, they have withstand over 10 years. Acrylic paint, it probably cost us about $25 to redo all our counters. And so they have that marble look to them, okay? which is what we're going to do here. And I'm going to kind of do the same colors. So I have my black, my basic black chalk paint. I don't think I used chalk paint on the counters, though. I think I used a multi-purpose, which has like a sealer in it also, because you could use it like outside and stuff. Okay. Now we're going to go to gray. So the gray I pulled out is called Gray Fox. I just pulled out any gray I could find that I had. All right. And I'm going to put some on my plate here. When you're marbling, you will need a sponge. You'll need a, what is this called? Right at the tip of my tongue. A sea sponge. You'll need a sea sponge like this. The reason you'll need a sea sponge is because this has all, you can see it's got some stains in it. This has all of the fun texture in it that you can get in marbling, okay? I wet it before I went live and I wrung it out really well. So it is damp. You want it damp because otherwise it's going to be hard. So you do want it damp. Okay, yes, thank you, Kim. I'm like, I know it's a sea sponge. Okay, so there it is. Okay, ignore the yellow on there. It's just stained from me probably working with it and not cleaning it quick enough. Okay, so there you can see it. It's a little wet. You see the marks? So here's my gray. It's a dark gray. I'm going to tap into it like so. And then somewhere else on my plate, I'm going to tap it off. Okay? You don't want it really heavy. You could always add more, but you can't take it away. Okay? And you know, I tell you guys before, sometimes less is more. So you want to tap it off so you just have like the edges done there. Okay? So there's my sea sponge. I am going to lightly get the dust off of here. Start tapping my black. Okay, and I'm going to go around the handle. Now, a little bit goes a long way. Okay, do you see that pattern we're getting? All right, go all over. Don't go in lines. Kind of move it around. Okay, you don't want it to look like it's planned. All right, do you see how quick it goes? I mean, really, when we did our counters, it went really quick. I'm going to do the sides. Okay, and this you really have no choice but to kind of do in a line, but you're good. Now, my mom, we did this in my mom's counters also because she wanted hers done when she saw ours. And she did it in browns. Okay, so I think she's got a couple different colors of brown and then a white toward the top, or something like that. Okay, and that works too. All right, my favorite colors, though, you know, are right here. All right, so there we go. And it actually worked pretty well. I went around this here, okay, and that worked pretty well. Okay, so that's it. That is all there is to it. So there is my second color, okay? So I am going to, oh, my water's black from the paint. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I actually have too much gray on my plate. I should not have used that much gray. Do you see it? So I'm going to try and get some of that off. I could probably use this paper I'm working on to go to the next color because I didn't bring another plate over with me. And now I'm going to go to my white. Okay. So I'm going to put this gray back in here. Do you see how fast that went? It goes really fast. And just think about doing a whole counter or a table. So when I worked at the resorts over here, I think the manager, somebody had been in my house and they saw the table or my counters that I had done and stuff, and they liked them. And you know what? I'm gonna flip this this plate over. It shouldn't drip. There's nothing left on there to drip to do the white. They liked them, and so they were redoing one of their rooms over there. It was, I think it was the stained glass room or something. I think it was the stained glass room. And they had asked me if I would marble paint their tables. So these were those, you know, the long, like 6 foot, 8 foot white plastic tables that you can get like that. I think they had a couple that were wood though too. So they like, could you marble the tables just to give them some make them look better? We're gonna, you know, we're gonna seal them. They'll be shiny. And I did. I redid all the tables in the room, and they looked great. And again, it was easy. They didn't have to go buy all brand new tables for what they were doing. It worked. So yeah. You got, oh good, Kathy, yay! Did it come in one piece? I hope. I sent it in a box. I hope it arrived okay. Yay. Hi, Kristen. So yeah, so I did their tables and they were fine. As far as I know, they're still there. Somebody told me not too long ago that about the tables that they were still there. They're still using them. So the only thing I've really had to do, like I said, is I've had to update you know, give them new poly. Okay, here's my white. Very little, you don't need a lot. Okay, less is more. Again, I have only this little dab of white on there, and it's probably too much. So now I'm going to take my white, and we're going to just and you don't want to push down. Okay, I wish I had a piece of black here I could show you. Of course I don't. Here, I have a box. I have a box sitting here, okay? I don't care if we paint on this. Okay, so here's it as if we do it light. Okay, if I push down too hard, I get that. Okay, you don't want that. So that's what I'm saying about just do it light touch, because you could always go back over it if you want to add more. Okay, but you can't take it away. You can take it away. You'd have to repaint the base. So if you do this on something and you're like, okay, yeah, I don't like it, I need to change it, whatever, repaint your base. Okay, so what I'm saying is if I decide I don't like this, or I'm going to do something else, I would just repaint these in the black again, or whatever color you want, and start over. Okay, okay, so there's my white, and I'm just looking at it and seeing like, I need a speck there and a speck there, and check it out. Okay, so now I'm going to do the sides. Just at random. I do like that this little ledge was easy to paint, so that helps. You know, this just kind of went on it. Okay, so it's that quick, you guys. Look at that. All right, and it does look like marble. Now, if you're going to seal this, say you're going to make this it is going to be a cutting board or whatever, and you're going to seal it, then I do, you know, recommend doing at least a couple coats. Like I said, on the counters, we did like 5 coats of poly. I will tell you that poly is probably not food safe. Hang on, I'm looking for a different orange. I'm not sure I'm liking this orange. Poly is probably not food safe. I know. Yeah, I'm not liking this orange. It's drying weird. And since our pumpkin's a brighter color, I might go over it with this. But it's not like we cut directly on the counter. I've got those glass cutting pieces, you know, like in 2 spots on my counter where we usually work, and then I take those off, they go in the dishwasher, stuff like that. So, you know, it's up to you. They may sell poly now. Now, we did those 10 years ago. And they may sell poly now that is food safe. I don't know. They might. Who knows? But we've been using them for 10 years. We haven't had any issues. We're still alive. And we eat a lot. So, but it's not like we're eating right off the counter. So, well, maybe if I drop something. Okay, let me see. Let me try this orange. This orange is brighter, and I'm hoping it'll maybe give it a little more oomph, since I'm going to go right over the orange that's already on there. I love that pumpkin color, but it's just drying, I don't know. And I'm sure it's the wood, you know, where it's drying like lighter and darker in different spots. And this may do the same, but I think this will just be a little bit closer to the color of the pumpkin also. Okay. And at the end, if I remember, I will take my phone, my camera, and take you over to the kitchen and show you the counters, okay? They basically look just like this. Yeah, they do. They look over. Yeah, they do. Okay. Just ignore my mess in the kitchen when we go in there. Okay, so this is giving it, I think, just a little more brightness. And maybe just for this project it needed that. I don't know. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh my gosh, I did a lot today. I unpacked a couple shipments, got stuff labeled. I did add some stuff to the website, some stuff that I don't know that we're getting any more in. So if you get a chance, want to check that out, just go to our website, diamonddottingdivas.com, and you can filter it by newest. So if you go under newest, it'll pull up any, the latest things that have been added. And I did add some things today. So up to you if you want to go check it out, see if there's anything there that you like. I do know that I put some new Christmas cards on. They're not new, but I don't know that I'm getting the other ones. So there's only like one set of them. There was two sets of 12, I think, Christmas cards that I added today. So those are on there. There's some heart bookmarks that I added. They're the corner bookmarks, which I really like. So I added those. It's a set of 4. I don't know what else. So that's what I've been working on today. Okay. Let me just get this up here. And I ran and got my hair trimmed, went to DollarTree. It's been a very productive day. All right. And then the other piece that we're going to use on here is also from DollarTree, but I did not get it today. I did buy it a while ago. I did see them again this year. I want to say I got them last year, but I did see them in one of the DollarTrees I was in this year. I didn't pick them up because I knew I had it at home. And I didn't even use it last year. Well, now here I am. I'm going to use it this year. And what they are, it's not even really, well, I guess it's kind of a craft item. Hang on, I'll show them to you in a second. Okay, so this is much brighter. So I do like it. Okay. I know it's hard for you guys to see. Whoop. Something falling down there. Okay, it's hard for you guys to see, but it is a little brighter. All right, so I do like that. So what I have is this stencil sticker kit from DollarTree. Okay, and I know I picked these up last year, but I did see them in a DollarTree again. They had them again this year. A lot of times they have the same stuff. And here's how they come. They're just vinyl cutouts. And it says, if you've got it, haunt it. Okay, and then this one says, booyah. And this one says, hey, BooTiful. Okay, so I went through and picked out the words that I want. And the words I want is, hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey, Janelle. Hey, Patty. Hey, Cheryl. Hello, everybody. My counters are... Oh, thank you, Kim. You're so silly. Thank you. Thank you. So I picked out Hey, Boo. And if you noticed my Facebook post today, it was a ghost. And it said, hey, Boo. That's why. Because that was our little theme for tonight. And you didn't know that till just now. Okay. So we're going to let this dry a little bit before we move on. In the meantime, look at this fun ribbon I found in my stash. I love this. So we're going to open this up. And I'm looking to see if I'm going to just use this or if I should use a combination of this with something else. I don't want it to be, see, it's got to go here. Yeah, I'm going to probably double it, but I don't know if I want to do a combination. Let me see what this one is. I can't really tell in the package. And somebody gave these to me, and I'm guessing they are, yeah, $1.25. They're from Hobby Lobby. They're from Dollar Tree. Okay, so this is like netted. I wasn't sure. So I could do that and scrunch that. Okay. One of our amazing divas gifted this to me last year, and I never used it, so it was in my stash. And now here it is. Okay, so I'm going to just cut this off way down here. It's going to be too long, I know. But actually, I'm going to do 2 of these, I think, and sandwich that netting in the middle. Okay, so there's that as it's unraveling right in front of me. Oh, I don't have any black ribbon in front of me, so we're going to use orange twine. It'll be so small you won't see it, and I'll probably put a button over it anyway, so I'm probably going to get a black button, so you never see it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to just do this, you know, accordion fold, and you could do more. I think I'm just going to do 3. And then I'm going to take this and wrap it around a couple times. Because my area is not that, it's big, but not huge. Okay, we're going to tie that in a nice tight knot. And I just turned on my glue gun so it starts to get hot. Twist this so the front is showing. That netted one is cool. These are both from Dollar Tree. I haven't even looked at their ribbon this year. All right, so I am going to give it the little dovetail. There. I'm going to try and go close to the same length as possible for all of them, and then I'll see how it goes. We may need to even go shorter. Okay, so there's one side. I don't know if it's too big. It might still be too big. All right, let me try this side. So I'm just kind of lining them up for a reference. I am going to go a little bit shorter, and then I'm going to have to go back on that other side and shorten them just a little bit. Okay, so there's one. Okay, this is about as fancy of a bow as I get. All right, so let me shorten these just like a 1/4 inch on each one. All right. Did you guys see, I've been looking, well, I see your posts that you guys put up on like Fun with Diamond Dotting Divas. Somebody just posted right before I went on. I think it was Sharon. Right before I went on, it popped up of the snowman. Oh my God, he's so cute. Was it the snowman? Yeah, I love seeing that stuff when it's done, you guys, because, you know, we can't make everything. And so I love it that what you guys post it and then we get to see it. Okay, so look at how cute this bow is, right? So that's going to go there. Look at, so cute. And I'm going to put a black button there. Pumpkin guy, this pumpkin little guy here is going to go here, which is this top. This is the top. He's going to go here. Now those words, see if we're dry. Hey boo is going to go in here, but he needs a face. So you could use paint. I'm going to see how this marker works on here first. Okay, so we're going to give him a face. You could probably, I don't want to cut it out. Because then I would see to the back, and I don't want to see to the back. Okay, so I'm going to give him just a like basic face, a basic pumpkin face. And he's going to look very surprised. Because we're saying, you know, I might go over this with, I might go over it with paint. I'm not liking the way the marker is looking, but you'll get the general idea. Maybe if I spray coated it, it'll look better. I feel like, well, you could see a lot of, well, again, I'm looking at it, you know, right on top of it, and I can see a lot of the marker lines. You know, it's not covering 100%. Oh, see, now I got one eye a little bigger than the other. And actually, I'm probably going to put diamonds around it anyway. So he's going to, he is going to get some diamonds on his eyes probably. Okay. Basic eyes. Good old basic eyes. All right, now his mouth, he's going to be going, because we're going, hey, boo. Okay. All right. Yeah. Painting it, coloring this big spot in for his mouth with the marker. It's just not cutting it. So we're going to have to use some black paint. Or maybe a black paint marker might work better. This is a Sharpie, and it's just not cutting it. But you'll get the idea until I go over it again. Okay? So pretty basic, but I am going to add diamonds. He's going to be a little blingy. Okay, so there he is. Where is his... I need to get this off so that we can glue that on. Oop. Okay, and this is going to get some bling too. Okay, so this is going to go here. Let me get rid of this. Now, you could do this on any board. It doesn't have to be this inset type of thing. Again, it's just what I had. And I thought, well, I'm going to use it. Somebody gave that to me. I'm going to use it. Okay, I'm cutting off this extra foam right here, where it just didn't break evenly. Because I need to glue it down. Oh, I could get little glasses. I could give him glasses with diamonds. Hey, boo. Okay, I got to turn him around so I can see him, okay? Hey, everybody. I'm not sure when I'll be out. Oh, gosh, Janelle, that is not fun. Janelle, not fun. Oh, he's kind of looking off the side a little bit, but that's okay. It's okay. Here, I thought I had it right in the center, and no. Now I'm wondering, do I want to put the other half? Because now I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I like it. Hang on. This one's got all kinds of stuff going on. I wanted him to be looking straight, but I guess he doesn't have to be. Oh my goodness, what a mess. Okay, so I might be doing this one. And I think I'm going to paint the face. The marker just didn't work. Okay, so we're going to do this one. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to glue him down. I think he's going to get some, a little bit of moss there. Okay, I'm just trying to position where he's going. I gotta leave space for a little moss. Okay. Now, when you're gluing foam like this, it does melt your foam a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't stick real well. So I might have to use that E6000. That eats through it also. Yeah, he's not sticking. But I did run out of glue while I was going along. He's sticking on one side. Okay, hang on. I'm going to try and stick some glue behind here. You gotta get it like when it's just hot. Okay, so better I squeeze some behind it and put it down right away. I'm gonna try and get some in here. All right, this little guy is gonna go up right here. Okay, and I'll put some leaves and stuff around him, I think. I don't like this. You know what? I don't like this one. Where's my bag of fall? Let me see what I got. I need a different stem. I don't like that foamy stem. What am I thinking? I got a bag of twigs here. Let me see if I have a little guy. Oh, this little guy. He's a nice little short one, but he needs a haircut. Okay. So it's just these little wood, you can get a bag of wood pieces, stems like this at Hobby Lobby. Oh, much better than that green foamy piece. That was, what was I even thinking about using that? Okay, look at how cute he looks now. You could actually give him a wash if you want him to look a little dirty. You could put a wash on there and wipe it off. Make him look a little grunge. All right, here's some leaves. I guess I should have put the leaves on before. Although I can do this on the side. Let's see what else I got going on in my bag of tricks. Leaves. So I have a bag of little fall pieces is what I've got here. All right, so I can kind of stick this together. Hang on, got my finger. Got my finger. So I got a little yellow leaf in there. And I'll show you guys all in just a second. I'm sorry, I'm facing the other way. So sorry. A little orange leaf will go in here. And then let's see if I have any of those little berries. Remember we used those little berries the other day? I don't know if I have any left. I think I did. All right, I don't like, I'm gonna do another orange. I don't like the yellow all by itself. Stands out too much. Okay, so you see what we got going on? Okay. What else? Oh, I was looking for those little berries that we used the other day. Oh, they might be on, hang on. Let's take a look and see what we can find. What time is it? Oh, I gotta get moving. Okay. I will finish this up, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I can't go over an hour in order for me to share this onto my other channels, YouTube and all that kind of fun stuff. I can't be over an hour. So let me just show you real quick, and then I'll finish this up tonight and post a photo. So I'm going to find those little berries. This is going to go here, black button. And then I have these words that say, hey boo, that I'm going to put on here. Now, maybe I don't want the words hey boo. I just love that. I think it's funny because we don't have a ghost. So we could do a ghost. Maybe I'll just put fall or something. So I may change my mind. But I was wanting to use these stickers. Or I could do BooTiful. I could do that. BooTiful. So we'll see. So I'm going to put a message in here. The bow, the button. He needs a face. And then I'll finish putting all this little stuff in here. Okay? So that's what we get from our little project today. And we marbled. We marbled. Okay? Hang on. I got to go real quick. What time is it? Oh, I got 2 minutes. Okay? Real quick. Let me flip you. Can I flip you? Okay. Here's my counters. Okay, so here's my little olive oil rack. Here are my counters, guys. So as you see, they look just like what we did tonight, but you can see I used more than one color gray if you look closely. Okay, I started black. I did 2 colors of gray and white. And I sponged them all, and then you could see the shine to them. We polyed them like 5 times. Okay, and I have them throughout. Excuse my mess on the counters. There you go. I went to DollarTree. Okay, so there they are. And again, they've been up for, and then I have this little coffee or like little side table thing here with a mess on it, yes. My messy craft area. So that's what I did with the marbling, okay? So there's just an idea for you. There's an idea for you, all right? Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks. Okay, you guys, have a great night. I'm sorry I got to jump through this. I'm hoping I don't go over an hour so that I can get this posted over to YouTube and everything, all right? So you guys have a great night. I'll post a picture when I'm done. Have a great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Freestyle Friday. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.